Tokyo, and they are best friends, and neither one could wait to see the other. Jade Carey of Oregon State and Grace McCallum of Utah ran into each other earlier today for their reunion. Friends before the competition, but they'll be rivals during it. It's Oregon State and Utah right now on the Pac-12 Network. A cold wind blowing down from the Wasatch Front, but that's not the weather, that's the mood. As the number 4 Utah and their beloved Red Rocks are coming home after a loss on the road to face another stiff challenge against number 13 Oregon State. It's the meet of the week presented by Pacific Premier Bank. 3 Olympians in action, including the gold medalist Jade Carey, who's currently number 1 in the country in the all-around. She's ranked in the top 10 on all 4 events, and she's had back-to-back 10s on different events. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Salt Lake City inside the Huntsman Center. It's Jim Watson and the Olympic gold medalist, Amanda Borden. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so we have 3 Olympians, and each one of them is a medalist, and each one won a different color medal at the Olympic Games.
Pretty cool. Utah's Amelie Morgan won the bronze for Great Britain, and she's earned a key spot on this Utah team. She is the leadoff on the uneven bars, and she's coming off a season high of a 9.925. She also has that leadoff spot on the balance beam, and between the 2 events, she has put up multiple 9.9s or better already this season.
Oregon State comes in winners in 6 out of their 7. The Beavs are ranked number 13 in the country. Their second best total came last week at home in a win over Washington. And of course, as we just mentioned, the best all-around gymnast in the country right now is Jade Carey.
Well, 5 meets in, and she's the best collegiate gymnast because she's undefeated on bars, floor, and in the all-around. You mentioned the back-to-back 10.0s. Those were on bars and floor, but she is not going to disappoint today. She has high-flying gymnastics on all 4 events. She's so fun to watch, and she's been consistent.
Even after losing at California last week, Utah still ranked number 4. They posted the highest score of the year in the Pac-12, and of course they have help from their own Olympian, the great Grace McCallum.
We just saw her unique vault, but she is stunning. She's earned a perfect 10 on the uneven bars as well, and the coaches said she's one of the hardest workers they've ever seen. I'll tell you what, Jim, it's going to be a great night of gymnastics, not just because of the skills, but seeing these 2 young ladies meet for the first time.
And they've raised enough money, they're going to blow out the walls and break ground on March 1st, expand that thing. Giving out gold medals tonight at the turnstiles. I understand Michaela Skinner was up on the concourse signing autographs. You know how long the line was? It went all the way around the arena. And maybe she's going to come down and sit with us a little bit tonight. Jade Carey has been spectacular. Those are the numbers on bars. We already told you she's the number 1 all-around gymnast in the country. She's also ranked number 1 on the bars, top 10 in all 4 events. But those numbers are astounding. When you see a number without a decimal point, that's pretty good. Isn't that a 10?
It's unbelievable. I got to see her just a few weeks back, and she was so proud of how accomplished she's been as a collegiate gymnast on the uneven bars. If you watched her as a club athlete, bars is what she struggled on. It was her weakness. So to see her really shine in this atmosphere is great.
Meantime, Utah is the home team in the Olympic order, begins on the vault. Their streak, 18 consecutive meets, more than 2 years, hitting at least 49. If you're new to gymnastics, that's a number to keep in mind. In each rotation, 6 compete, 5 score, so you can drop your low score, and you're hoping for over 49. These 2 teams, Oregon State number 13, Utah number 4, they're hoping for way better than 49. Standing at the end of the runway for the first time since she was a club gymnast is Sage Thompson. Jillian Hoffman, normally the leadoff for Utah, injured her Achilles in California last week in warm-ups for floor. And so they had to go to Sage Thompson. This will be the first time she's vaulted as a Red Rock. And you know there's a lot of pressure starting off not only the rotation, but starting off the meet on an event she's never done in a college Leo.
Well,
and that's what they're hoping for.
And this is a great event for Utah. That particular vault starts from a 9.95, the Yurchenko vault. She did have that hop back on the landing, but the one thing they've really been focusing on is tightening up the deductions on those landings.
Here's the rundown for Oregon State. Oregon State begins on the bars. Statistically, its weakest event, ranked just 24th in the nation and 6th best in the conference. They're actually averaging just under a 49, but they have been improving. Colette Yamaoka is the first up. All 5 of her scores have increased. At least the last 4 in a row have bumped.
The key for this team on this event is hitting the handstands, of course, having good form. But really, it's finding a rhythm. They have some great bar routines. They need to put it all together right here in this first rotation. Final handstand right there. Nice and clean. Sets up for the dismount. Combination giant full double tuck. Came off a little early, but was able to hold on to a clean landing.
College stick there on the landing, just walking out of it. Her best this year at 9.8. Should be in that neighborhood. A look back.
Here's the combination giant full finish to hair fast. Vertical.
Oh, yeah.
Did a nice job, though, of holding on there. Didn't quite have her balance. It's always good when you can tell the deduction.
Well, I picked it up after you saw it first. Big hug from her head coach, Tanya Chaplin. Gemi Hall, second up.
The next 5 vaulters for Utah have a 10-0 start value. That means they're performing extra difficulty. This one, 1.5 twist. It looked like she was a little high on the table. Had some leg separations in the middle.
She's gone as high as 9.925 against UCLA with that vault last week. At Cal, a 9.775. Probably going to be right between those two.
You could see as she pushed off the table, she separated her legs a little bit right here. You'll see she kind of opens those legs, bends that knee a little bit. That should generate enough rotation. The risk on this vault is if you don't have enough rotation, you're going to come up short. So you have to weigh out the risk and decide, are you going to earn a score that's worth going for it?
Carly Beeman is second to go for Oregon State, waiting for the score to come in. Yamaoka with a 9.775, just underneath her season best. Beeman, a freshman from Golden, Colorado, improving gradually on this event, and it's her only on the program tonight. Her best, a 9.85 against Arizona State.
Aggressive first handstand. Jaeger flip, nice distance. She has a nice long swing. So when she has the solid form and the clean handstands, it's very beautiful on the uneven bars. Like that, finishing combination. Stalled her to a clean double tuck and nails the landing.
We talked about Utah's streak of 49, 18 straight meets. They are the best in the conference. They're number 3 in the country. Lucy Stanhope, third up, after Hall posts a 9.85. Numbers going in the right direction. Stanhope has a couple of wins already this year on vault, and 3 times has gone 9.9 or better. Her best, a near perfect 9.95 at UCLA.
Another 1.5 twist.
Yes.
And she liked it.
That is a genuine reaction. And you can see Jimmy Pratt, the new assistant coach here at the U of U, exploding at the back of the landing mat. Stanhope may be surprised herself, Amanda.
She had nice position off the table, legs glued together, and then right as she came into that landing, a blind landing, it is hard to stick. You'll see her feet shuffle a little bit, but she is directly on top of her hips and right in alignment. So very nice.
We'll wait and see how generous the judges are to start this meet. Sometimes they're a little tighter at the beginning to give themselves room to grow. Scores are coming in now. You can hear the crowd reacting, and it's a mixed reaction, so they were expecting more. In the meantime, we adjust our attention back to the bars, where Beeman goes 9.8. Maddie Dagan now, who's an all-arounder. Maddie Dagan on the bars. Added this event last year. Her last 2 have been her best 2, including a 9.9 against Arizona State. Big release on the Jaeger.
Now that's new this year. As a senior, she's upgraded her bar routine. It's one of my favorite things about college gymnastics is watching athletes continue to learn new skills and add them into their routine. Combination to finish, giant full. Nice job pushing out of those shoulders.
Oh, yes.
And a clean double tuck.
A clean routine, a beautiful landing. Mike Chaplin right there on the spot.
She's always been a great competitor, so to add that difficulty in makes a big difference. Giant full. Nice job centering it up. Double tuck way above the bar, gave her plenty of time to find a great landing.
Yeah, you can tell that was a veteran release. Nice and high, just floated all around, spotted early, plenty of time. I'll tell you what, Oregon State has never won here in Salt Lake City. 0 for 35, and they got a chance tonight. Ranked 13th, Utah number 4. Stanhope got a 9.925. That's why that mixed reaction. The crowd was expecting at least a 9.95. But you can see that it's not official. Utah may be throwing an inquiry up on that, asking the judges to look at it again. And I think they're going to change the score. Yes, they have upgraded the score to a 9.95. .995 on the score. So it ties her all-time best. And there is the score, 995, correct. Here's Jaden Rucker, the Pac-12 coach champion on the floor, but it's pretty good at the vault as well. A couple of wins. She's always around 9.8. Career high at 9.975 at Cal.
Nice height. Oh.
Sat it down.
Yeah, you know what? She had plenty of height. It was almost like she was going for the stick, and that is the risk on that vault.
Well, again, 6 compete, 5 scores, so you can drop the low. Still to come, Alexia Birch and Grace McCallum. 9.825 for Maddie Dagan. I thought that score was soft. I thought it was a little bit better than that. Kayla Bird. Bird on bars this year. This will be her first.
Nice handstand to start the routine. Back up to the high bar. This is where her major release happens. Tkachev. Oh! You know, it really floats up. I've noticed that release move. When it's so high, there's going to be a tremendous force when they come down. And that's exactly what happened. It looked like as her grips tried to grab the bar, just wasn't able to hold on.
And man, I want to correct myself. She actually had come off a career high on bars last week at Cal. Wrong note, my mistake. And Kayla will remount.
That fall, of course, 5/10 of a deduction. Still has to finish it out with the dismount. Full twisting double back. All right, now both teams have made a mistake, so pressure's on the back part of that lineup.
So a little drama early on. We have a fall on either side, one on vault, one on bars, and now a lineup change. So Alexia Birch scratching here, and they're going to go with Alani Sabato. Now Sabato is a sophomore. She had one vault as a freshman, but it was a big one, clinching the Pac-12 championship with a 9.8.
Big layoff ball and a great landing.
Boy, she's like a pinch hitter. Just comes in at critical moments. Turned it around in a hurry.
You hear a lot of these teams that have the 10-0 start values on vault with the Yurchenko 1.5 twist. They really rely on how each athlete warms up, and sometimes it makes more sense to go with the vault that starts maybe only at the 9.95 like this vault, but you know they can nail it when the pressure's on. Beautiful.
Utah right now averaging almost a 197.5 on the season. Their best at 197.775. That came in the home opener here in a win over Oklahoma. It was the highest score in a home opener in Red Rock's history. You're talking about a program that's won 10 national championships. So the score on Bird will want to be dropped and puts pressure on the back end of the Oregon State lineup. Jakubczyk Phoebe Yabachik from the UK. Looking for a little consistency on this event. Season high 9.875 came at Cal, a 9.75 last week at home against UW.
And a unique routine to start that straddle back half and then major release combination between the bars right there with the Ginger. Short on that final handstand. Finishing double Arabian.
Wow.
And a hop forward.
Yabachik, part of the UK senior national team in 2019. She was a silver medalist in the British Championships on the vault that same year. Comes in with that nice international pedigree. Seeing more and more of that in this conference.
A lot of release moves packed into that routine. You can see that Ginger right there. Just some form deductions throughout.
Next up. 9.8 for Sabado off the bench. And here is Grace McCallum. Olympic silver medalist. Ranked 23rd on the vault, has a win.
And a unique vault.
And holds on to it.
We see most athletes do the Yurchenko, which is the round-up back handspring onto the table. She actually does a half turn, putting her in a front handspring position. Then she does a front handspring front, tuck half off. She does go sideways on the mat. You'll see when she lands, she's way to the left side of the table. Of course, it's a clean landing though, chest up nicely.
Well, the best score we have seen has been Stanhope's 9.95. Other than that, it's about a wash, but we still have one to go, don't we? And it's the great Jade Carey. Seems like every time we go to the bars, the judges are just about 30 seconds behind. Carey's ready to go, but no chance you're going to rattle her. Back-to-back meets with a 10, including a 10 on bars against Arizona State. She is undefeated in the all-around, on bars, on floor, 5-0. She has 23 wins this year. Yabachik, just a 9.65.
I think they took deductions for leg separation of that short Castan stand.
You said it when it happened. So a lot of pressure on Carey now to rescue this rotation and come up with a big score.
Big release combination right here, full twisting pack, back down. Her form, beautiful, legs glued together. And all that's left is the dismount. Plenty of air time.
Anything wrong with that?
You know what? I watched her bar routine that earned a 10.0. Last week on this event, one judge gave it to her, so she had a 9.975. It's hard for me to find deduction. Her legs are glued together on her release moves, big combinations. The dismount way above the bar gives her plenty of time for a perfect landing.
Because she comes in as an Olympic gold medalist, because she comes in #1 ranked, are the judges looking for more? Are they asking for perfection? Do they judge her more difficult?
Well, they shouldn't. They should look exactly what she's doing. I mean, she hit every single handstand. She didn't have any major form breaks. So it's definitely going to make that 9.9 mark or better. Unfortunately, when it comes to some of those deductions, they're subjective. Was it a perfect vertical line? We'll have to see what they think.
Utah goes 49.225. And waiting on the scores for Oregon State. Be close for them to get to 49 because of the problems in the middle of the lineup. And it's a 9.95 for Jade Carey. The score is in. And we'll give you their total when we come back to the Huntsman Center live on the Pac-12 Network. It's the meet of the week.